Hello everyone and welcome back to Half Magic Tarot. Today's pick a card reading is a message from your soulmate. So there are 4 piles to choose from and I suggest selecting your pile based on the pile marker that sparks a memory in you. So for example, I would choose the 4th pile, the Page of Cups, because the person on this card is kind of dressed as a waiter and they're holding up a tray, and it reminds me of when I worked very briefly as like a caterer for fancy events, and so I would have to kind of walk around holding the tray of food up like that. So that is why I would pick my pile. Feel free to pause the video now to select yours. I'll put the timestamps in the description down below, and let's get started. If you selected pile 1, the Page of Wands, welcome to your reading. Let's get your message from your soulmate. So we're starting off the spread with this 5 of Wands, and what I'm getting is that your soulmate wants you to know that before you two met, if you have already met, if you haven't already met, before you two meet, this person was a bit of a player, and honestly a little bit of a heartbreaker, and not really intentionally. Like, I don't think this person was using people necessarily, but I feel like your soulmate is someone who is very highly regarded and very much like sought after. This is probably a very like physically attractive person, and I think they have a good career. And so I think that kind of puts them, like, especially if this is a man that we're talking about, like a man who is good looking and has a job, like this is, top 1%. So, but it doesn't have to be a man. I'm just joking around. But I get the feeling that this person was very highly sought after. Like, a lot of people were interested in them romantically. A lot of people wanted their attention. A lot of people wanted to date them. A lot of people wanted their affection. And truthfully, this person, like, I think sometimes they did entertain it, but especially, I mean, if you look at this 5 of Wands card, it's like this hand looking at their phone, and there's a bunch of unopened text on there, but it doesn't really look like like they're about to read them. It's more just like everyone really wanted a piece of this person, but I don't think they were really, they were pretty particular about who they gave their affections to, because I think this person, because they have high standards for themselves, also have high standards for their romantic partner. And I think that's something that you really appreciate. So they want to tell you that even though they have all these people fighting for their attention, they didn't really care until they met you. With the Lovers card, this is the best card to get in a love reading. It's the soulmate card. It's divine connection. It's like the universe has plotted to put you two together. And so this person really feels like, all the times that I was maybe lonely, or all the times that I felt like I'll never meet the person who really matches me, who understands me, I needed all of those experiences so I could be prepared to meet you. And this person really likes that you are intellectually matched, that you have really good conversation, you have good banter. You're both probably very intelligent, smart people. And this person feels like they can really be themselves around you. They can be honest with you. They can try new things with you. And they love your spirit, your youthfulness, even if you're not young. I mean, you have kind of like a zest for life that maybe the jaded people among us might find naive, but you're like, well, I might as well enjoy life. Like, I might as well get really excited because I saw a rainbow, or because I got to pet a really cute dog or something. Like, I'm not gonna spend my life being miserable, because there's already enough misery in the world. And I think this person has a similar attitude, and so they really appreciate that about you. This person is definitely like, I didn't even know that I could experience love like this until I met you. And I think this person also really wants to travel a lot with you. Again, I think there's quite like an intellectual or philosophical match between you two. So this person definitely wants to like take you on vacation. They want to travel to new countries. They want to experience new cultures with you. And I'm also getting, again, this person was already like pretty hardworking. I think this is someone who's very invested in their career, in their financial well-being, in their public reputation. And so I think being with you, it kind of motivates them even more because they're like, well, I want to be able to have enough money to, take this person on vacation or take them out to that cool new restaurant I've been hearing about. Like, this person really puts you as a priority so much in their life that you kind of become their motivation for continuing to do the things that could be difficult. Like, they have to work really long hours one week. They're like, well, at least I know that, I can pay for my person's haircut or to get their nails done or whatever. So there's, this really strong affection for you that brings out kind of like this very responsible, very like paternalistic or maternalistic energy in them. And with the Knight of Swords here, again, I really think they love the conversation between you two. That's the thing that really makes them fall for you, is how witty, how quick, how smart, how, the breadth of your knowledge is what really draws them in. Because this person, again, is very intellectual. They're very in their head. This has very strong Gemini energy, so your person could be a Gemini or have a prominent Gemini placement in their natal chart. That's their sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, or Venus sign. The other two signs that I'm picking up here are Capricorn and to a lesser extent Taurus. So I would say mostly Gemini, but I'm also getting Capricorn and then Taurus. So again, those could be this person's sign, but generally they're kind of embodying that, which the Gemini energy is all about duality, being willing to try new things, very intelligent, very smart, just a consumer of the world of knowledge. Like, this person really craves experience and, conversation. And I think that's what they get from you. And then that kind of earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus energy is someone who really prioritizes the finer things in life, which I think is why they work so hard. They really love financial stability. And also Capricorn, that's, very hardworking, very structured, but also very dependable, very reliable. And so with the King of Pentacles at the end of this spread here, this is them saying, I will always be there for you. Like, it is my goal to be someone that you can fully trust and depend on, because I spent so much of my life up until the point that I met you feeling like I would never have someone that I could really relate to or rely on like that. And now that I've met you and I've gotten to experience all the joys of like love, this true deep love, I have no intention of letting you go, and I will work to like prove to you that you can always count on me day in and day out. And with the Page of Wands here, as the pile marker that you selected, again, I think your person's very attractive, but they're also very attracted to you. And I think that there's, like a lot of physical chemistry between you two. So that is also another thing. I think you guys are really willing to explore, maybe in the bedroom. And because of that, you really keep things fresh in this relationship, even though this person's very dependable. It never gets stagnant. So for your Hidden Truth Oracle, we got, I bury myself in work to forget you. So to me, this is like a message from before they meet you. It's like, yeah, I could have, 17 boyfriends or girlfriends or whatever right now. Like, there's so many people that would be willing to date me because I'm awesome and I'm cool and I'm smart and I have a good job and I'm hot. But none of them are like the person that I want. None of them are matching me, or I don't feel like I'm on the same wavelength as any of them. So because of that, I'm just going to continue to focus on myself and like continuing to make my life better. So right now, if you definitely haven't met this person yet, they're, really busy working on their career. Like, they're not really that focused on love. They're probably not really dating anyone, because they're like, I'm not compatible with anyone. They're waiting for you to show up. And with your Island Time Wellness Love Oracle card, we got Palm Tree. This says stability, security, permanence, growth, endurance, and flexibility. To me, that goes with that King of Pentacles, which is all about being, stable, secure, and reliable, and someone that people can come to, like, in a crisis. And so this is your soulmate reassuring you that even though before it was hard for anyone to lock me down, it was just because I've never felt this way about anyone before. And now that I have you, I intend to keep you by being the best version of myself, someone that you can run to if you have any issue, if you need a shoulder to cry on, if you need a laugh, if you need someone to remind you that you're sexy, if you need advice, if you, need just anyone. This person wants to be everything for you, which is really sweet. So I really like the energy of this pile. This is cute. So congratulations to you, my pile ones. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Talk to you again soon. Take care. If you selected pile 2, Page of Pentacles, welcome to your reading. Let's figure out what your message from your soulmate is. So we're starting your spread with the Magician. And what I'm getting, when I was laying out the cards for this pile, I immediately heard the song Pete Davidson by Ariana Grande, where she sings, I thought you into my life, look at my mind, no better place or time, how they aligned. And I really feel like this person feels when you two meet as if they have manifested you. And for some of you, I'm getting that this might even be someone that you have met very recently. But others of you have not met this person yet. But when this person does meet you, they know kind of immediately that they want to be with you. I don't think this person wastes any time with you, because you are kind of if they wrote down a list of the traits that their ideal partner would have, you would check off at least 90% of them, maybe all of them, because this person really feels like you're the full package of everything they've been wishing for and hoping for. And I also get the feeling that your soulmate is someone who has really been quite unlucky in love. And I don't even know that they've gone through a lot of breakups. It almost feels more like they just haven't found anyone that they really mesh with. It kind of feels like, I just heard, this is, okay, there was a fan fiction trope, maybe, or I don't know, maybe a romance novel trope where people are soulmates, and maybe there's some kind of it's a predestined thing. Everyone has, I don't know, a special mark on them or something, or you can physically feel when you meet your soulmate because something clicks. And maybe there's one person where they're kind of way older than the average age that most people meet their soulmate. And they're well, maybe mine doesn't exist. Maybe I'm just the one freak of nature who doesn't have, it's not lining up. But I just got kind of a flash of that, where it feels, I think your soulmate has almost kind of given up on love, or at least doesn't really believe that there's a high potential for it to happen to them in the way that they are craving, in the way that they want. And so when you enter this person's life, I think it really is quite destabilizing to them, because they're whoa, I did not know that. Where have you been? Where have you been all my life? I didn't know that a person like you could exist that I mesh so well with. This person really does have a lot of love for you, and they find you quite intellectually stimulating. This person or you could be a Gemini or have a prominent Gemini placement in your natal chart. That would be your sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, or Venus sign. I'm also picking up on Virgo energy here. And both of those are Mercury ruled signs. So there is a mercurial quality to this. I think that both you and your soulmate are very curious people who enjoy like learning or trying new things, and maybe that's one of the things that bring you together. Like I could see one of the ways that you two flirt is by kind of like bantering back and forth. This person really respects and admires your wit, and it's one of the things that they're really drawn to about you. And the next two cards we have in the spread here are the 10 of Pentacles and the 4 of Wands. So again, this person meets you and I think they know immediately. It's like they just feel it in their gut. They're like, this is my person. I need to have this person. So I don't think they really waste any time trying to get with you. 10 of Pentacles is a card about investments, about long-term effects, about stability, and it can also indicate a family. So this person could definitely want to have a family with you, whether that's having children, having lots of pets, but either way, they are ready to like settle into a life with you. They want to upgrade. They want to hit new milestones, whether that's moving in together, buying a new home. For a lot of you, that is getting married, especially with this 4 of Wands, which is traditionally the wedding card. So this person, I think almost as soon as they meet you, they are fantasizing about marrying you. And another message that I get with the 4 of Wands is that 4s in tarot are all about stability. Like you think of a home, you need 4 walls, otherwise it's vulnerable. But Wands are also the suit of passion. And so it's this marriage of both stability and passion, which I think is kind of hard to come by, honestly. I think a lot of the times when you see couples that have been together for a long time, it's like, yes, there's stability there because they're used to each other, but maybe the passion is gone. Or there's, maybe newer couples, younger couples, where there's a lot of passion, but the passion is there because it's like so fleeting. And so I think you and this person have this really great balance where you both feel like you can rely on each other, but you don't get bored of each other. There's a lot of, like I said, intellectual stimulation here. And then we have the 3 of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles, which is interesting. Like I said, I think your person, before they met you, has been quite unlucky when it comes to love. I don't even think they've like dated that many people, but it feels like just maybe they are jaded by love. Like they feel like no one's really that compatible with me, or it just never works out. So it feels like this person kind of has given up by the time that you enter their life. But the message that I'm getting from these two cards in particular is that once they meet you, then they're like grateful for the heartbreaks they had, because it made them have to grow and like slow down and really be quite analytical about what it is that they want or what they would accept in love. And they think ultimately that led them to this fantastic relationship with you. They're like, I needed to learn that lesson from my other relationships, so I was prepared for this amazing, perfect person, my soulmate, to come into my life. And I think for a lot of you, the viewer who is watching this, you've had a similar experience. I think when you meet this person, you're also going to be like, I'm really glad that I got all of those lessons I needed to learn out of the way, so I could be like best prepared for this person. And another thing, this person's very reliable. I think that, they could have acts of service as their love language, and they definitely want to like impress you. They're quite a sensuous person as well. So I just had like a vision of this person like massaging your feet when you came home from work. So this is definitely someone who really likes to take care of you and kind of like spoil you a little bit. They're very patient people. This is not someone that you would like, if you got into an argument, because everyone gets in arguments, okay? You can't go your whole life without getting into an argument with someone you care about, unless you're just actively swallowing your feelings. But if you get into an argument with this person, this is not someone that is going to like, be really mean or like slam doors or something. This is someone who is very patient, and they probably make like a really great mediator. So they might, they're very good at like trying to understand your side and being very patient and like trying to talk it out. This is definitely someone who believes that you should not go to bed angry. And with the Page of Pentacles as your pile marker, to me, this is, them like brimming with potential. The Page of Pentacles is someone who has so much to give, so much to offer, but they don't really have like the vehicle with which to express that. And so this is what it feels like in the waiting period before you meet this person or before you're like officially together. It feels like this person has so much love to give, but they're waiting for the right person. So they're like, I'm so glad. I'm so happy when you finally enter their life. We also have, I will wait for a sign from you for your Hidden Truth Oracle. So to me, this, if you've already met this person, but you're not together yet, I think their feelings for you are already so intense that they're like, I don't want to scare this person off. Like, I do not want to mess this up. So they might be being a little coy. Like, I definitely think they're plotting to get closer to you. They're probably like speaking to you consistently, but they don't want to scare you away immediately if they're not like, they're like, if I ask this person out, are they going to stop talking to me? So they're probably waiting for a sign. Now, if you haven't met this person, I think something similar will happen when you first meet them. They will definitely like be very eager to talk to you and get to know more about you. But I don't think that they are going to like automatically you meet and then they're going to be like, let's go out, because again, this person's very patient and I think they don't want to scare you off. They do not want to come across too strong because their feelings are already very strong by the time they first meet you. That's also being reflected in the Island Time Wellness Love Oracle card we pulled, which says, I like you. Someone likes you. Romance is blooming. Fun flirting and want to date. So yeah, again, I think this person's very flirtatious with you. And I think, they immediately have very warm feelings for you. They want to date you. And this feels like a really sweet kind of like, not slow burn exactly, because I don't think that this person is wasting time. But I think it's like they want to just be sure that you like them first before they would rather have access to you and be secretly pining for you the whole time and you just not like them than have confessed it and you not like them and then you distance yourself. Like, this is how badly this person wants to be around you. So I think, they might take, like a few months to build up the confidence to really be able to confess their feelings for you. But I do think this person, once they meet you, they immediately have intentions of getting with you. Because like I said, this person sees a long-term future with you and they are your soulmate. So that is really beautiful. I think this is a very loyal, very sweet energy to this pile, which is cute. So congratulations to you, my pile twos. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll talk to you again soon. Take care. If you selected pile 3, the Page of Swords, welcome to your reading. Let's figure out what your message is from your soulmate. So we are starting off the spread here with this Page of Wands followed by the 4 of Cups. And what I'm getting here is that when you meet your soulmate, whether or not you are actually aware of this, I think this is someone who has been struggling quite a lot with their mental health. I think this is someone who has lost interest in like activities. It could be like suffering from depression, but this is just someone who, nothing really excites them anymore, or they are just surviving and not living their life. Like, they're not really having fun. They're not seeing like the beauty in their life. They're kind of operating like a robot a little bit. And the reason why I say that is because this Page of Wands, this is like new, exciting opportunities, new ideas, new things that you can be passionate about. And with the 4 of Cups next to it, 4 of Cups is this card of being almost like, I'm not interested. I don't care. Like, even if it's a good opportunity, I just don't want to. I'm over it. Like, I'd rather just be by myself. And so sometimes the 4 of Cups comes across as like, are you overlooking the good things in your life because you have like a negative mindset? And I think that this person definitely does. And with the moon next here, I think that this person could be, because they are depressed, because they're experiencing mental health issues, they could be someone who maybe uses like substances as a way to cope, specifically alcohol I'm getting. So this person could be like drinking quite a lot, but it could even be like drugs, or something else, just unhealthy habits that this person has. I'm getting that this person could be a Pisces or have a prominent Pisces placement in their natal chart. That would be their sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, or Venus sign. And I'm also getting kind of an Aquarian energy here. So Pisces and Aquarius are kind of, they're like next to each other on the zodiac wheel. So this person could be like an Aquarius Pisces cusp, or a Pisces with a lot of Aquarius placements, or an Aquarius with a lot of Pisces placements, something like that. So yeah, definitely I think that this person is going through some issues mentally, and the way that they are choosing to cope with that is maybe these kind of like behaviors that are negatively impacting them. But we have 10 of Swords, which is a card about like endings, putting a stop to all of that. And it is also like kind of a card of rock bottom. It's like, this is the worst it's going to get. Now I can get better. And with the star at the very end here, this is really kind of like a positive cap onto it, because the star is this card about wish fulfillment, and it can also be a card that's about healing. In a tarot deck, this is a card that comes right after the Tower, which to me and to a lot of people is like one of the kind of scariest cards to get in a tarot reading, to be honest, because it's about things breaking down, like these really kind of shocking, jarring changes that might happen unexpectedly. And so the star coming after it is kind of this beacon of hope. It's like, you've been through the worst of it, but now you get to heal and rebuild and, build yourself back up from the ground and have like these wonderful moments come back into your life. And so I feel like what the message that your soulmate is trying to tell you is that, you are a healing source for me. You are the kind of person that I've always wished for and dreamed about. And you are really the catalyst that makes me start taking care of myself and leave behind these bad habits, so that way I can become the best version of myself for you. And so if you're already aware of who this person is, maybe you know this. Maybe this has been kind of a point of frustration, because, honestly, it is really difficult to try to be there for someone who, is undergoing like mental distress, which is not to say that it's impossible or that you can't love this person. So if you're listening to this and you're like, I'm someone who's mentally ill, I'm not saying that you're unlovable at all. But I am saying that you can't place the burden of that on external people, external circumstances. There is like a certain level of accountability you have to take for yourself. And I think that you coming into your soulmate's life is really what makes them feel like, okay, you know what, I do need to lock in, so that way I can be like deserving of this person. And I think that's also being reflected in the Page of Swords here, which is this card that can be about clarity, about like cutting through the BS, basically. So I think they really have to like look at themselves and be like, in what ways am I contributing to my own suffering, or in which ways am I narrowing my own world? Don't I want to like see what it would be like to be with this person, to experience this kind of person that I fantasized about, this kind of love that I fantasized about, and what do I need to let go of in order to make that happen? And that's these maybe unhealthy habits of pushing people away, of distracting themselves, of not really working on like bettering themselves because they feel like, what's the point anyway? But again, like I said, I think the message your soulmate wants to give you is, I'm changing for you. I know that I'm not easy. I'm working on it. I'm changing for you. And I think that's also reflected in the Hidden Truth Oracle card here, which says you were the best thing in my life. So I think most of these cards are written in past tense, to be honest, but I don't really see this as past tense. I think this person is saying, you are the best thing in my life. But I also can't, it's not fair to you for me to make you like the only good thing in my life. I have to have other things. This really reminds me of the TV show Girls on HBO, where one of the main characters, Shoshana, is dating this guy, Ray, who is like very grumpy, kind of curmudgeonly. He's like, I hate my job, I hate my friends, I hate it's like he just finds a way to complain about everything except for her. And he's kind of like relying on her. And she's like, I can't be the only thing that you like. I just can't. Like, you have to like other things. And so I think that's a realization that this person has, where they're like, I have to become more positive. I can't, even though I really love this person and I want them in my life, I can't put that pressure on them to make them feel like they have to be there for me, because otherwise my life is going to fall apart. And I think that's like the really important lesson for this person in this relationship. And that's also being reflected in your Island Time Wellness Love Oracle card, which says addiction, codependent, obsession, possession, controlling, has a block, restraint. And I don't think this person's like controlling of you. I think this person, it's more about that codependence and that addiction. So again, this person could be maybe abusing like alcohol or other substances when you first come into their life. But because you have come into their life, because they want to be better for you, I do think that that's something that they really work on, so that way they can have a positive relationship with you, because they feel like you deserve the world. And knowing that and wanting to be with you makes them be like, damn, I really do need to shape up. So, it's almost like a promise. Like, I promise that I'm going to get better for you, which is sweet. So maybe a lot of you already know who this person is. Maybe you're just asking like to see how they're feeling about you. But yeah, there's this feeling of like this person does have a lot of issues, but they want to change. They want to be better for you. So that's it for your reading, my pile threes. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Talk to you again soon. Take care. If you selected pile 4, the Page of Cups, welcome to your reading. Let's find out your message from your soulmate. So, we're starting off the spread here with this Queen of Cups. And if you look in the spread, there's also the King of Cups. So the Queen and King of Cups are like this perfect couple. So I do think that this represents you and your soulmate. So both of you could be water signs or have prominent water sign placements in your natal chart. That would be your sun sign, moon sign, rising sign, or Venus sign. In particular, Queen of Cups represents Cancer and King of Cups represents Scorpio, so that could resonate. But even if you don't have a water sign in your chart, or maybe if you're already aware of who this person is, they don't have water in their chart, you are embodying this Queen and King of Cups energy, which is this couple that is very honest with each other, very emotionally open. You feel like you can tell each other your secrets. There's a lot of trust here. There's a lot of just mutual understanding. It's one of those relationships where if one of you is having a bad day, you don't even have to say anything. The other person just knows, There's almost like this telepathic emotional connection here. And I feel like for most of you, you already know who this person is. You've already interacted with them. Maybe you've already dated them. But it feels like there was a little bump in the road in your relationship with them. And the reason why I say that is because, as I said, we have the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups, and they're this perfect couple. And even if you look at the spread, like they're facing in the same direction, but there's these two cards in between them, which is the Five of Cups and the Knight of Cups. And what I'm reading this as is this barrier between you two being together at the moment, or maybe having like something that came between you in the past. And I really feel like this is more on your soulmate's part. The Five of Cups is this card that can be about grief. And traditionally in like the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot deck, which is kind of like the traditional, like if you imagine a tarot deck, that's usually what people are using. It's depicted by someone who is crying because they have 3 spilled cups, but there's still 2 sitting behind them. It's kind of one of those things of like, when you get done grieving, there's still beauty, there's still pleasure, there's still life to be had. But it's interesting because in this particular card deck, all the cups are spilled. And so I feel like your soulmate has a tendency to kind of like emotionally catastrophize or be very pessimistic in a way where they don't appreciate the good things that they already have, or they're, you know, if they're upset about something, they refuse to like invest in or nurture or focus on the good things. And I think that did cause a wedge in your relationship, or will, if you have not met this person, because it seems like this person tends to kind of go into this emotionally immature state. And I get that from the Knight of Cups because, as I said, they're coming through as this king. So the Knight is a step down from that. Well, 2 steps down from that, technically. This is kind of like, you know, the very, like, the more immature version of that. And if you look at this card, the seahorse on the card is holding a cup and it's being spilled out. So it feels like something happened where this person kind of stopped or will stop showing up for you emotionally. They're like too invested in themselves. Maybe they're upset about something. And because of that, it really drove a wedge between you two. I'm also getting a very, very specific message. This will probably only apply to like one person who watches this, but I'm getting the feeling that for some of you, you were with this person and either you or this person was pregnant, got pregnant, and because of that, there was a loss of the pregnancy. Like there was like a miscarriage or something. And because of that, this person kind of like emotionally detached or pulled away. Again, that's a message for a very, very small number of you, so take as it resonates. But mostly I just feel like this person had a hard time handling their emotions. Something happened, and because of that, they were a little emotionally mature. They pulled away. They weren't cherishing you, and it drove a wedge between you. But being separated from you or being without you really made this person reflect on how they contributed to the demise, because they really miss you. Like I said, Queen of Cups, King of Cups, perfect couple. You two are meant to be together, but obviously relationships aren't always easy or smooth. Just because someone's your soulmate doesn't mean that you will be void of any conflict. You won't live a frictionless life, because that's not how you grow or learn or become a better partner. But I think this person needed this so they could get into the Seven of Cups reverse energy, because Seven of Cups upright is a card that's about illusions. And so in reverse, it's like coming into this understanding, getting clarity about what's really important, what matters, what is like things that they should not care about or focus on. And so I think the separation made them realize, oh, wait, I was kind of being a jerk. I was being emotionally immature. I wasn't showing up the way that I needed to. Here's all the ways that I need to change. This person's really important to me. I don't want to lose them again, or I don't want to be separated from them again. And with the Page of Cups as the pile marker that you selected, I do think that this person, again, if you are currently in separation, this person still does have very strong feelings towards you. They could have acts of service as their love language, and they want to come in and like prove to you through their actions that they still care about you and they really want to be with you. Page of Cups is one of my favorite cards in all of tarot because it represents beauty and romance and lightheartedness. And so I think this person wants to get back to that with you. And again, if you feel like, hey, I haven't met this person yet, then this is probably how your relationship will go. You will get together, it'll be perfect. You will have some kind of stumbling block that causes you to separate for some point in time, which will make this person reflect and come back as an even better partner. And that's also reflected in the Hidden Truth Oracle card I pulled, which says, finding out the truth crushed me. And so I think this goes with that Seven of Cups in reverse, where this person really had to like sit with themselves and look through it and think about, this is what I need to work on. Like, this is my fault. For others of you, like for the, one person I said where I think this maybe involves like a loss of a pregnancy, this is what that person is referring to. Like, it just really pained them, the miscarriage, whatever it was, emotionally, and they felt like they just couldn't handle it at the moment, which is why they were maybe acting out or being emotionally distant. And for your Island Time Wellness Love Oracle card, we got Not Enough. It says frustrated in relationship, lack of confidence, self-sabotage, fear/ego issues, and jealousy. So again, I think this goes with that person. I think your soulmate has or will have some self-sabotage issues in this relationship. They try to pull away because they felt emotionally overwhelmed. They did not want to, or they did not have the capacity to be the person that you needed them to be emotionally at that point in time, but they have really reflected on it. I think they've grown a lot, or they will grow a lot, and they intend to come back to you as an even better partner, someone who really shows up for you and doesn't allow their own like personal neuroses to get in the way of a good thing. Because like I said, Queen and King of Cups, it's a perfect couple. So I think for most of you, you already know this person. Maybe you're currently in separation. They will come back better than ever. If you haven't met this person, it will probably start off really great. Something will happen that will cause a little wedge. This person will pull away emotionally, but they will come back because they will realize they don't want to live their life without you, because you are soulmate. So don't be, afraid of conflict. Know that if something's meant for you, it will always come back to you. And you and this person are meant for each other because you're soulmates. So thank you for watching my pile fours. That is it for your reading. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll talk to you again soon. Take care.